there, YouTube fam. Barbie Figueroa here, and it's been well over a month since I have uploaded a video to my YouTube channel, and I want to share a little bit more about why I've done this, and this was actually a really good thing for me. And so I also want to share with you, especially if you are a regular viewer of my videos and maybe you've been following me for a while, just want to share some updates with you and where my channel is kind of going to be going. And I want to share some of the things that I actually learned in 2024 that have really changed the way I'm going to be doing things in 2025. So the first thing is that I took some time off, and I basically see this as a time of isolation. I literally unplugged from the social media world. I unplugged from asking people's opinions, which I did a lot, I was always second guessing myself. And so I would ask many opinions when I was going to be doing something. And then what would happen to me is that it would just throw me off track. And I was kind of in a season in my business where I was in a transitional phase where I had been doing affiliate marketing for a really long time. And I had to get to a point where I had to create more. I would love to tell you that it was just about creating more cash flow and it's about creating more things, but I really had to trust God. That was the biggest struggle that I was actually having. And I didn't know how to talk about it on my channel because I am a woman of faith, and a lot of things changed in my life after I had an encounter with God, and after I started reading my Bible and things like that. And because the truth is, I was the girl that used to kind of chase money and join opportunities for the money because I wanted to just make money, right? And this was years ago, right? And then I just found myself in a situation where even when I made money, I just wasn't happy. And I realized that there was something missing. And no matter how much money you made, there was nothing that could really fill that void that I was feeling. And so in December of 2015, I surrendered my life to Jesus Christ. And all of a sudden, it's like my world had a completely different filter. It's something I can't explain. It's something that is not easy to explain, but it's something that affected every aspect of my life. And it began to change my heart. It began to change the way I saw business. It began to change the way I started to see people and things, and all those things, right? And so it's like I said, before, the best way I can explain it is before I did that, it felt like I was looking at the world through a plexiglass, so it was not clear, and so I couldn't understand why things would be different and why my life would change if I surrendered my life to Jesus. And so I resisted it for a very, very long time until I realized that I could no longer depend on myself. I could no longer depend on the outside world. I could no longer really depend on worldly advice, right? And I realized that I had to surrender. I had to surrender, and I was like, I'm not happy, even though I'm making money. I'm not happy. I don't know what it is, but I need help. And so anyway, long story short, my son started to take me to church, and I don't even know how this video got here, but just something says, just go this way. So I'm going that way. Okay. And so, my son took me to church for, I don't know how many months. And then finally one day I heard a sermon that made me get out of my chair and go to the front and just give my life to Jesus. And so after that, I started to slowly change. It's not something that happened right away. And then my husband was also an unbeliever. And then he also had an experience with God. And he also came to Christ, right? And so now, we're both on the same page, right? Because it's really hard to be a believer with an unbeliever, right? It's like you're not equally yoked. So there's going to be, it's like one's looking at a glass clearly and the other one's still looking through the plexiglass. You're just not really understanding, right? Why am I talking about this on my channel? I will get to it in just a second. I'll get to it in just a second. Okay, so then 2017 came and we got hit by a hurricane. And I was a web designer and I was stuck in a cycle where I was just trading time for money. And, I just wanted to kind of like be free so that I could be the godly wife that God wanted me to be. And that meant I needed to be present. I needed to be able to be a present wife and a present mom. And if you actually go to my story at risewithbarbie.com, you'll see that at first I was a married wife with 3 kids, but my goal was to be a happily married wife with 3 kids, right? And so the happy part didn't come until I really started to know God, right? And so the weird thing is that I've always believed that everything you needed was already inside of you, to create an income, to but I didn't know what was the biblical foundation for thinking that, right? Because the world will tell you, hey, this is the set of careers that you can pursue. These are the things that are available. And so everything is looking out externally when, if God created us, you would think that, there was already a little suitcase that already came built inside of us with everything that we needed to survive in this reality, right? But anyway, so the hurricane came and I was like, Lord, I need an opportunity. I need something where I can create like a passive recurring income so that I can still be present for my family, right? And within just a few months, something came across my path and it aligned with all my strengths, my gifts, my talents, everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it, right? And so I aligned myself with that opportunity. I built it to multiple 6 figures. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. That was just like, it taught me so much. But then out of my control, things began to change and I wasn't ready for it. I was emotionally attached to the experience, to the company, to the people, all of it. And then it's almost like a glass had been shattered and your world is shattered and you don't know what to do. So I went into, I guess, like default mode. My default setting was look out there. What can I do? I'll align myself with maybe another opportunity, or I'll align myself with something else. And that is where my default switch went, right? So then I was like, okay, I need something else to do because this thing is just not what it was before. And what do I do next? And I didn't want to go back to building websites because I just felt in my heart that there was just so much more for me to share. And I really didn't want to, if I saw myself in the future, I didn't want to really like sit there and just build websites for people. For me, a website is just so much more than that. A website for me is it's like a cog in the machine of a system that allows you to create time freedom because your systems continue to work for you even when you're not online. And my goal from the bottom of my heart from the very beginning was just, how do I crack this code where I can create an income and make money even when I'm not on my computer, right? And so I was obsessed with learning how to create systems. And just one of the systems is the website, but it's not the thing that I wanted to dedicate my life to building. You know what I mean? I was more looking at the bigger picture. And so anyhow, so my default switch was to look outside of myself. when I knew very well that there was everything I needed was already inside of me. I was looking back and I was like, Lord, there's no way I could have gone through this experience to not do something with it, But yet I was like, I got to go look for another opportunity to align myself with. And that's probably the answer. So I did discover a really awesome digital product, and I aligned myself with that digital product. But when I looked at it the first time, my mindset was not right. It was all about adding a mid-ticket product into my business model. And then I didn't appreciate it for what it really truly was, right? But I still applied everything that I applied to that other opportunity, and I started making sales. I started making a lot of sales. It was awesome, but there was still something missing. So I decided I have to do something else. I don't know what it is, but unless I can really, I'm a type of person that I cannot sell something if I don't full-heartedly believe in it. If my heart isn't in it, it's very difficult for me. So if I don't believe in a product, I can't promote it. I just can't do it. And if I love a product, oh my God, I will never stop talking about it, right? That's just the type of person that I am. And so I ended up meeting up with a girl who, ironically enough, she was the girl who she was the number 2 person, the second person that I ever signed up into that other opportunity. And things came full circle where she's a believer, I'm a believer, and we just reconnected. I even forgot how. She's like, why don't we jump on a Zoom and just catch up? So I got on the Zoom with her, and in passing, she's like, you should really check out this mentor, this guy. His name is Myron, because he knows how to teach business with a biblical foundation. And I was like, that's exactly what my heart is yearning for right now. Because if I really am honest with myself, that's what I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with, learning more about God. How do I leverage, the biblical principles inside of my business? How do I become the woman that God wants me to be? How do I help other people, learn that everything is already inside of yourself, that you can, create income from thin air, because what I learned from Myron was, and this was really, really powerful. What I learned from Myron when I went through his challenge, because I ended up finally signing up for his challenge. He said, God is a creator, and he created creative beings. And so we are able to create. And when we create, we can create things of value that we can sell to other people for money. We don't have to look outside of ourselves, guys. It's already inside of us. It's the world that's convinced us that we have to look outside of ourselves to do the things that we need to do. So therefore, we end up depending on other people or systems or opportunities when we can literally create our own. And then there's this scripture, which is from, it's 1 Peter 4:10, and I want to say it correctly. So 1 Peter 4:10. And 1 Peter 4:10 says that each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Right? And so I'm like, that's what we're supposed to do. God already gave us gifts that we can use to serve others. And through serving others, we can make money. Right? Because when we create value for others, what do people exchange for value? They exchange money for value. So that gave me a total mindset shift of, okay, well then, what do I do? Because I have all this experience. I have all this knowledge. I've gone through all these things. What do I do? And I've always wanted to create my own courses, and I've always tinkered with creating digital products, but like there was no that bow that tied everything together. And that's what was missing for me. 1 Peter 4:10. And then when Myron's like, you are a creator. Your creator gave you power to create. You can. So then he also said, so when you want to buy something, create an offer. Put an offer out there. Create an offer. So that's what I did. I created an offer. And I taught, and my offer taught everything that I learned that helped me become a top affiliate inside of this opportunity. And how I leveraged, my personal branding, how I leveraged storytelling, how I leveraged my authority website, how I leveraged funnels, how I leveraged all those video marketing to create this, infinite brand loop that people would, immerse themselves into. And then ultimately they would turn into leads and then sales and then signups. I was like, I'm just going to put it all out there. I'm going to teach people my business model. And that's exactly what I did. So then I put it out there and I signed up students, and we're finishing up. We are almost 100% done. And in that time frame, I also realized that I also wanted to help people not only create these systems to help you promote other things, because sometimes we have to leverage affiliate programs and other programs to build our training wheels, right? That's why I love network marketing and I love affiliate marketing, because if you do not have an offer yet, if you do not have anything that you've created on your own, we can leverage these opportunities, these income streams, these tools, systems, whatever it is, courses, to create an income and create those, kind of like ride those training wheels until we're ready to build our own brand and create our own products, our own services, our own digital products, etc. And so that's kind of like where I've come full circle. And so I put the offer out there, and my students had an amazing experience, as so they tell me. And like I was able to help them create this system in 6 weeks, something that took me years to figure out. We were able to complete it in 6 weeks. And so it's just an incredible blessing, right? So anyway, that's why I just took some time to just take some time off, because I wanted to come back to my channel with a different pair of eyes, a different purpose, a different trajectory. I want to help people that are like me, that you have a gift inside of you. You have something that you want to share with people. And you know that if you share that gift with the world and serve others, that you're going to make money, right? And so I want to help you do that. I want to help you create the systems. I want to help you create digital products eventually that you control, that you can create more cash flow from. And so that at the end of the day, by doing so, by using our creativity, by using my creativity, I can always point back to my creator. Because without him, I'm nothing. Without him, I don't have the ideas. Without him, I don't have the purpose. There's no meaning behind making money if it's not connected to our creator. So anyway, I did not mean to go here, but I did. And so with that being said, moving forward on my channel, I will be talking about, growing your personal brand and building automated systems and leveraging the power of digital products. I mean, leveraging the power of digital products to serve others with your experience, with your wisdom, with your knowledge. And I will be sharing, any products or tools or systems and services, anything that I feel is going to help you become the person that God created you to be in the digital marketing space. As a matter of fact, for the longest time, my mission statement was to touch, move, and inspire digital marketers all around the world to rise up to their God-given potential and leverage their strengths, gifts, and talents to build a business that you love that also allows you to have a life. That's been my goal from day one. You know, the purpose hasn't changed. It's just the way I'm going to get there has. And so hopefully, yeah, I mean, is my channel becoming like a Christian channel? Not really, not in that way, but I do want to let it be known that God is my silent CEO. And moving forward, what I do, I want it to be rooted in Him and the wisdom that He's given us to go out there and shine our light in the marketplace, which is why I have Matthew 5:14 inside of like all my branding. So anyway, I apologize in advance if I rambled a little too much, but hopefully this fell into the ears of somebody that needed to hear it. And so with that being said, I'm going to, I'll be creating more videos. And as a matter of fact, I've got a few videos coming up about that resource because I've had people ask me about it. I've got 2 new challenges that I'm super excited about. One is the Rise Profit Academy, where you're going to learn how to jumpstart creating your own digital products and build your own digital business. And then challenge number two is my tried and true, over 2,000 students have been through it, and is my 5-day how to sell without selling challenge. And I am so excited to put that back out in the marketplace because now I'm going to have a challenge that is going to teach you how to attract the most highly aligned leads, so that you don't have to go chasing or convincing or any of that stuff, and build the systems to attract them on autopilot. And then the other challenge is all about creating your own cash flow and leveraging your strengths, gifts, and talents to create a digital business and digital products that you can use to serve others and then make money when you do so. So with that being said, that's where my channel is going. And I'm super excited to be able to share this with you. And with that being said, if you want to go ahead and visit my website, you can go check it out. I revamped it. I redid everything over at risewithbarbie.com. And just, if you are regular, thank you so much for hearing me out. And I will see you on another video. Bye for now.